What's good, nation? Chef Mike's back, and we're here with Vic. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys?
So, Vic,
yes.
You've been doing this ketone thing for a long time. Tell me a little bit about some of this stuff, man.
Yeah, so a lot of people out there have heard of the ketogenic diet. You can do ketosis by doing it nutritionally, eating a ketogenic diet, and you will go into ketosis. What happens then is you'll then fuel your body with your own fat, which is your most native state, which is amazing. What we have here is actually a biohack. This is an exogenous ketone, a drinkable ketone that you mix in water. You shake it up and you spend about 20 minutes drinking it. You'll be in ketosis in 1 hour versus if you did the diet, if you're a healthy person and you really stick to the diet, you can get into it in about
like a week, huh?
A week or so, sometimes a little longer depending on your stress level and your tolerancy and stuff like that. So amazing biohack. I've been doing this 6 years with my wife, Sarah. And we have the privilege of changing a lot of people's lives because this is super easy to do. Anybody can do it. It's safe from womb to tomb, we call it. And there's a lot of amazing flavors. As you can see right here, this is actually a packet of our exogenous ketones. One packet will get you in ketosis in an hour. And this particular flavor, guys, is horchata. So it's gonna go really good with what we have going here.
Yeah, today we're gonna make some menudo today, man. Excited?
I'm super excited, guys. I'm excited for this menudo because there's a lot of things that I'm learning as we're going here too. So we're gonna mix this up really quick, guys. So open the packet, mix it in water. It's nice with ice. And I'm gonna mix it up and let Mike taste it without the special sauce that we're going to put in it. We're actually gonna make this into a nice little ketogenic cocktail. Also, as long as the blend that you're making has no sugar in it, then you're gonna be in ketosis also. So let's go ahead and...
I don't think there's any sugar in vodka.
There shouldn't be. We've used that before. So give this a quick mix. You let me know if you think it tastes like traditional. It
smells good. I mean, already.
It's really good, and it's been
just
really
opening the packet smells good.
Yeah, it's been an awesome flavor.
Yeah, my grandma used to make horchata. I love this stuff.
So we'll take a little shot so you can taste it. Let me know what you think. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to take a little shot too.
Smells good.
So.
Right on, brother.
Cheers, Chef Mike.
Oh, wow.
Right.
You can actually taste like pretty much everything, like the rice, the cinnamon, just all the flavors of horchata.
And this was just mixed with water and ice, guys. If you mix this with like an almond milk or something like that, you'll get more of a creamier consistency. So we're actually going to make this into a keto cocktail. We're going to add a shot of this, and it just...
There you go. That pours a shot directly.
A little of Grey Goose here, and you can use, there's different brands obviously. So we're gonna mix this up before we get cracking, guys, and get the show started real good. Welcome to the helper, Mr. Izzy behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're gonna pour one for the Playboy.
So you will actually go into ketosis if you drink a packet of this. If you add a little alcohol that has no sugar in it, you will still go into ketosis. Another awesome thing too, guys, is that you won't get as bad as a headache. Normally, so.
No hangover.
So. Wow. Oh, that was really good.
Ooh, I told you,
really
man.
nice.
That's clean. Tastes delicious.
Brilliant, brilliant. That was Chef Mike's idea, so.
Hey, we had a little vodka here. Might as well use it, huh? That stuff's delicious, bro.
Yeah, so if you guys want to get some of this, just go to magicketo.com. There's going to be little videos that explain how this works. There's also different products that you can kind of scroll through. And there's also doctor videos and scientist videos that we are currently putting out, working with. So, bam, there it is, guys.
Cool. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today, brother.
Do it.
So, I got some tripe here. I got some pig's feet here. Some people are scared about menudo. What do you associate menudo with?
So, I mean, growing up as a kid watching my grandmother, I could always remember the pig's feet in there.
Exactly, and the pig's feet is what gives it the flavor. A lot of people don't like pig's feet, but I mean, even if you don't put the pig's feet in your bowl, the flavor that it gives the soup is amazing. Sure. So what I'm gonna do today is kind of like what you're doing. You got this packet here, you're cheating, you're getting that ketosis, you're doing everything different. It used to take us up to 6 hours to make this soup. Now I'm gonna take it into 2 pressure cookers, split it up. I'm gonna do some pig's feet in one, I'm gonna do some of the tripe in one, and it's gonna cut the time a quarter of it. Perfect. So like you, time is money, right, brother?
Time is the most valuable commodity that we have.
So what I'm gonna do is show you how to make this in no time at all. It's gonna be one of the easiest recipes. It's colder than heck outside right now. So for everybody out there that likes a good warm soup, this is gonna be awesome. Also, some people, just like he said, this doesn't give you a good hangover. Usually this is called a hangover cure.
I've heard of it.
You know, so
why do you think that is? Like, why do you think that is?
I think it's the spices and the chili and everything that's in it. You know, I think it kind of, I've always been like key to being like, okay, so tripe, what is tripe? It's the lining of the stomach of the beef.
Okay.
Okay, so it absorbs. So maybe it goes in, absorbs some of that alcohol that you drank the night before. I don't know. But you know what? It's always been linked to, hey, guess what? If I'm drunk the night before, first thing I'm gonna have is menudo next day. I don't know why, but it's like the go-to soup. But we're gonna figure it out here in a minute and we'll try it out. So I'm gonna bring you back here in a little bit to taste this stuff, man. Cool.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, guys, we're back. So main ingredients in this is 2 things. You got your tripe and you got your pig's feet. I'm gonna show you kind of what a pig's feet looks like. I'll open this guy up here. And I got all my ingredients from Albertsons, by the way. Albertsons has saved me so many times, and they got good quality stuff, and they cut it just right. Like usually this foot's gonna be twice as big, but they cut it in quarters, which is nice and clean. Even if it's clean, I'm still gonna wash it. I'm gonna rinse it. So I'm gonna put these all in a bowl. And this is what's gonna give the flavor. So the soup, if you've ever made soup before, you know that every time, and I know there's people out there that swear not to use the bones of anything, but the bones are what gives all this the flavor. Everything that comes out of these go into the soup and make it so much nicer, and the broth is just so delicious. So I got 2 packs here. Like I said, this is up to you. I mean, I can tell you right now, you don't have to. You can actually see them in the soup. So if you don't wish to try them, you don't have to try them. But what I'm gonna do is just rinse them out really good. I'm gonna wash these until the liquid comes out clear. So while those are kind of getting nice and clean, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up, and we're gonna show you what the tripe looks like. So this is beef tripe. Basically, it's the lining of the stomach. There's different kinds, lots of different kinds. I didn't know. I told Vic, I was like, wow, I went to a little Mexican shop down the street and they gave me one that I've never even had before. But basically what it looks like is like this. Sometimes it comes frozen, so you're gonna have to cut it. But what I like to do is cut it into like nice 1-inch squares and then soak it. And then what I got here, I got these already soaking here, so I'll show you what I got. I got some lime, I got some salt in there, and then kind of let that soak for about 30 minutes before you actually do this. I'll rinse it off, kind of get some of the smell, the flavor, so that way it doesn't make your soup taste, you know, horrid. Sometimes people just throw it right into the pot and you can actually taste that they didn't clean the tripe. I like to make sure I clean it all the time. But I'm just gonna cut this into 1-inch cubes here, and I will put it into this pressure cooker here in a minute, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. What we got now is we got the clean pig's feet, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these into the smaller pot here. Got them all washed up. Now, as you noticed, like I told Victor earlier, we're gonna be using our Instapots, both of them, so that way we can cook this in under pressure, and we're gonna make this a lot faster. So I got one here. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my chicken broth. And we don't need that much. We just want them to get some steam. So I'm just gonna go about half of this nice big thing here, and then we're gonna shut this guy and let them all cook. So I just want them all evenly spread out there. Close this guy up. And we're gonna cook this guy on pressure. So we're gonna go to pressure, cook. And we're gonna go to, we don't need that many minutes. We're gonna do 45 minutes on this. And then we're gonna go to, just leave it alone, because this one's different. This Instapot's a little different. This one actually changed. So this will start on me. So then we're gonna go to the other stuff here. I got my meat here. I'm gonna go ahead and, I just rinsed it out really good. I'm gonna take all the juice out of there because I got some salt and I got some lime juice in there. I just want to drain this real quick. I got it all cut up into nice 1-inch squares, like I said earlier. Perfect. I'm gonna rinse it out. I'm gonna get some of that salt off of it. And we're gonna go into the other pot here. There we go, perfect. Let that kind of thaw out a little bit. Throw this in here. Perfect, just like that. Now we're going to go into here with the other half. Chicken stock. And perfect. And then I'm going to shut this guy and do the same time on it. And then once these guys complete with the, like I said, 45 minutes, I'm going to make some chili broth that I'm going to show you guys how to do. Once I get that done, I'll come back, we're gonna add it to it, and then we'll have the flavors of that chili that goes into the meat that takes hours to get. It's gonna go in there for about 15 minutes, be done. We're gonna combine it up, and then like I said, I'll show you a couple other tricks, so we'll be back.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
I'm gonna throw some chicken stock in here. We're using chicken stock for this whole recipe. You can use water if you want. I just think the chicken stock gives it so much more flavor. And if you've ever been to an authentic Mexican restaurant, usually they make their own chicken broth and actually cook all their menudo in it. So let me tell you about what I got here. I got some peppers, and I got about 5 of each. I have New Mexico chili peppers, I have California chili peppers, and I have Guajillo chili peppers. I like to use all 3. Some people use just guajillo. You can do what you want. You can actually just use chili powder if you like. I like to get the flavors out of the chili, so I cook them until I make a nice little broth with them, and then I'll strain them. But as you notice, I took all the seeds out of them for the most part, took the stems off of them. So we're gonna let these cook, and once they come up to a boil, I'm gonna reduce it down and let it go down to a simmer, and then I'm gonna let these chilies soften, and then we'll hit them in a blender, mix them up a little bit. Also, just so you guys see, there's 2 different kinds of menudo mix I use. This one right here has more just ground chili. This one right here has actually chili flakes, and it also has oregano in it. Key, I love oregano in this stuff. If you don't like oregano, I'm sorry, but this menudo has oregano. It's actually traditional to put a little hint of oregano in it. So I'm gonna have this one. These are, the reason I have both of them is because me and my brother, we actually tag team to make this. I actually make my menudo one way, he makes his menudo a different way. So one day we were together and we're like, you know what? You make this, I make that, we'll combine it into one pot, which we're gonna do, and we'll see what it tastes like. And it actually came out probably the best menudo I've ever made. So you guys are getting the key to both different ways to make this. So like I said, we're gonna get this cooking real quick, and then I got the extra pot here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some chicken broth to it. I got some extras here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the hominy to it. You can buy hominy, like I said, a lot of people, there's different, there's yellow, there's white, there's Mexican hominy. Don't let it all confuse you. The one thing about hominy is a lot of people, there's been some people talk about hominy, does it belong in menudo? Me, preference-wise, I like it. It's usually traditionally made in pozole. Normally, you don't get this. If you were to go to Mexico, most of the places do not sell hominy in their menudo, but a lot of people here love it. So actually, this is probably my favorite, Juanita's. I'm gonna go in here and go with the pot with this, and I want this to cook as I'm pressure cooking all the other stuff, so that way it kind of softens up, because there's nothing worse than like a hard piece of corn. That's basically what it is, a big piece of corn. So we're gonna let this cook by itself, and once this comes down, I'm gonna blend this up, and I'm gonna add a little bit of that to here, and then I'm gonna take this chili and I'm gonna add it to both of these pots. Steam them for another good 15 minutes or so, and then we're gonna combine it all, and then we're gonna be a little seasoning, we're done. We're gonna add some stuff, so we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. We got the chilies already ready, nice and soft. So you can see how the consistency is. You just want them just to be able to lean over like that, so they're not firm. So we're gonna go right into our cooker here, and I'm gonna actually, to be safe, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna do it over the sink because I don't want you to burn yourself. We're gonna go right in here with this liquid here, just like so. Whenever you're actually blending something hot, make sure you have something on top of it, like a rag or something, because sometimes the lid will pop and steam will burn you, so you don't want that to happen. That's why I like this one. This is actually pretty nice because it has a release, and you have the nice little safety top here. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna put something over it just to make sure it doesn't pop up and burn me. I'm gonna hit power, pulse it first, just to get all the chili kind of moving. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start to blend. See that steam coming out? That's what can hurt you. If that were to pop open right now, I could be burnt. So that's why I always say keep a towel on top. Perfect. So once this is all nice and blended like this, I'm going to strain it because I want all the seeds to come out. If there's any residual seeds or anything imperfections in there, we're going to take it out. Come on over here. I want to show you what I got going on over here. So to this pot, we talked about it earlier. I got some chicken broth in there, and I got my hominy in here. So we got the hominy getting nice and soft. I added a little bit of caldo de pollo, some chicken bouillon to add to that to give it some flavor. And I'm also going to add a little bit of our menudo mix here in a second, so we'll throw that in there too. But the main thing is getting this done, because if you turn around and look at our pressure cookers here, I got 11 minutes left on the 45 here. And then over here I probably got, 19 minutes. So what I'm going to do is when these open up, I'm going to go ahead and add our chili to both of them. And then we're going to put it for another 15 minutes shut, and then we're going to be done. We're going to add it to one pot, and we're going to be good to go. So we'll see you in a minute.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, guys, we're back. Check this out. We just let the steam off of the pig's feet. Look how they're falling off the bone. That's what we want right there. That was only 45 minutes, just so you know. So that's perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of this chili to it. Always have a bowl next to you, because obviously we gotta add some to our other one, but I'm gonna strain, like I said, we're gonna take some of that Put it in there. We're gonna strain this. We don't want all this. You can see actually the seeds, the skin. We don't want any of that in there. If you see that in somebody's menudo, they didn't do their due diligence, just so you know. It's not that hard. Strain your soup. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. I got my bowl right here. Now you're gonna see it's gonna give that rich color that we want. Perfect. And then to this, I do want to add a little seasoning. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my caldo here. Perfect. And we're going with some of Chef Mike's seasoning. Just to give it that extra kick. It's got 6 different peppers in it, so we're good. So it's gonna have some of that flavor that I want, but it also has pretty much everything that I use in my soups. So here we go. Into this one, we're gonna go in with the menudo mix that's a little bit more red, which is the ground one. So I'm gonna add that to it, just to give it that extra flavor. And stir this around, and we're gonna let this go for 15 more minutes. Like I said, so far 45, 15. If you can make menudo this good in an hour, come see me. All right, so the pressure's off on our meat here. So our tripe, we're gonna add our oregano mix here. And then we're gonna add some of the chili peppers, like I said earlier, to this. So I love this strainer because literally it sits right on top of there. It doesn't make a mess. So we're gonna go back on here with our chilies. And to this one, I'm just gonna throw the whole thing in there because this is what we're gonna add to it anyway. So go here, we're gonna go ahead and mix this up, strain all this in here, and then I'm gonna stir this up. We're gonna add this another 15 minutes to this one as that one's cooking. And then we're almost done, guys. We're gonna put this all in one pot and we'll show you what it looks like here in a second. Hey guys, we're back. We got our chili added to our crock pots here, or not crock pots, let's say pressure cookers. They're going. Now we're gonna cut some sides up for this yummy soup. I got some fresh cilantro here. Gotta have cilantro, I'm sorry. If you don't like cilantro, I'm very, very sorry. Cilantro goes in everything Mexican, so if you don't like cilantro, I'm sorry. But I've heard there's people out there that is actually, it's almost like they're allergic to it. They taste it and they just don't like the taste. It's like a trigger of some sort, but I'm fortunate not to have that. We got some onions. So we're gonna do some, let me peel this top layer off here. So we're gonna do some small dices on this. Just like so. Remember, if you go fast, you don't cry. Some onion here. I like 2 different kinds of onions. Usually we got yellow onion. I got some green onion too. Me and my brother both like both, so I usually put a little bit of both in it. So I got a couple green onions here, scallions, whatever you want to call them. So we'll cut these up too. So, add these to our little molcajete here. These little serving dishes are pretty cool. I like them. All right, perfect. And then we need some limes. Definitely can't have no menudo without limes. So I'm gonna add these to our little bowls here. And we probably got about less than 10 minutes. So we'll be back here shortly and I'm gonna show you how to put everything together, and we are just about ready to eat. Victor, how's it smell, buddy?
Amazing.
Perfect. So we'll be back here shortly. I'll get to feed Victor. We'll see how it tastes. Hopefully it lives up to the standards that I've put it up to so far. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, this is all nice and yummy. We're gonna go to the other pot. Like I said, be very careful. Always pour away from you. Don't ever pour toward you. Slow pour. Throw it all in there. All right, so there's my pig's feet. We're just gonna wait a couple minutes and then we're gonna add this and stir it up a little bit so you can see what it looks like already. Look at that, pig's feet just falling off the bone. That's what we wanna see. Oh yeah, that's where it's yummy. Okay, got a few more minutes. We're gonna add the other stuff and we're good to go. We'll be right back. All right, so our meat's nice and tender. Oh yes, you want it to be nice and tender. You don't want it to be chewy. That's why I like this method, because you don't get that. With the amount of time that we just cooked it in, that would have took about 6 hours to make it this tender. So just so you know. I'm gonna go over to the pot again. Ready, set. Perfect. Now we're gonna stir this up and I'm gonna taste it for any final tastes, if I need any salt or anything else. Other than that, we are good to go. Another thing I wanna let you guys know too is you'll see some residual fat on the top. What I like to do is I like to grab something like this and keep my pot here. I like to grab a nice little ladle. You see that fat coming out the top? We don't want that in our soup. We want a nice clear broth. And that is bad stuff right there. We don't want all that. So let's take this off the top. So I'm gonna skim this off here and you're gonna see nice clear broth underneath. That's how I like my menudo. I don't want a bunch of fat layers on top. But that's just all the pig's feet and the meat, making all that natural, fat that's on top. But see how nice and clear that broth gets when you take all that stuff off. Doesn't take much to do that. In French, they call this dépouiller, just so you know. I know a little French. Perfect. You see how nice and clear that broth is? That's what you want right there. You want that yummy broth. Boom. So we're gonna get to feeding Vic here in a second. We're almost done, guys. We'll be out of here in a minute.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, guys, we're back. Vic,
Oh my gosh.
after smelling this cook for an hour, what do you think?
At first when you told me you can do this in an hour, I was a little skeptical. Although watching this process with the pressure cookers and how you did this, unbelievable of what I'm looking at right here. Like I said before, normally this takes hours and hours to get anywhere close to what's going on here with the ingredients all blended and rendered down the way it is. I'm super excited to try it, guys.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Well, I cut some tortillas up there for you, so you want to grab a tortilla. There's some lime, maybe squirt a couple. Usually we
let's
put
do
a little
that.
bit of lime in there. I got some cilantro and onions in there for you already, so you're good to go.
Lime or tortilla.
Yeah, got to roll that tortilla up. It's like normal. It's the way to do it right there. You can tell you know what you're doing. Gotta
Take
taste
a little dunk, take the broth.
A little taste of that broth.
Oh God.
You're gonna be amazed at how tender that is right there. You got some of the pig's feet and you got some of the tripe right there in one bite. Don't burn your mouth.
Thank you so much. This is the way it should taste. It's the way it should feel. So,
As far as structure goes, I mean, the hominy, everything that we did separately, how do you feel it all came together in one shot?
so like I said, I'm blown away by it being all done in an hour, and everything is literally falling apart the way it should be. It's a melding pot of amazingness going on in here.
So like I said, usually with menudo, a lot of people either overcook the hominy or undercook the hominy. As you can tell, we cooked it separately. The hominy came out delicious. Then you got the meat, the actual honeycomb tripe that just melts in your mouth, correct? And then that pig's feet usually takes good 4 hours to start looking like this.
Yeah.
So we nailed it.
Guys,
Scale of 1 to 10.
11, 12, easy. Like and follow. Chef Mike cooks with passion and love. That's who you want to follow, guys.
So guys, this is episode number 20, just so you know. So since I got my man here, Vic, I'm also gonna give him a nice bottle of Chef Mike's, which I did use in this soup here. So now you know how to use it.
Perfect.
So use that on everything. It goes good on your fish, your shrimp, your chicken, your beef, anything you want to use it for.
Yeah.
That's for you, man. So I
Awesome.
appreciate having you. And one more
Thank
time, how do we find your product, man?
Yeah, guys, so get into ketosis without having to do the diet. It's a drink, super simple. You shake it up in water and drink it. If you want to know more about this, go to magicketo.com. There's short videos on it. There's product and information on there. This is a biohack. You can eat menudo and then drink a ketone, go into ketosis without having to do the diet.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, brother, like I said, once again, pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
Yep. And like I said, you guys, if you like good menudo, better hit the subscribe button on this, because I'm telling you, we're coming out with more. This is season 3. Cool. We'll see you guys next time.
So good. Literally so good, Mike.